Hey YouTube, what's going on? ZeroMagnumX here. I know, I haven't done a Yu-Gi-Oh thing in a while. It's been Magic and then Vanguard with one Yu-Gi-Oh talk in the way. The reason being is because, first, every time I share my ideas on Yu-Gi-Oh, I kind of get trolled. I don't like that. The second thing is that Yu-Gi-Oh, like I said previously, has died in my area. So, with that said, I'm not really sticking to looking at all the meta stuff and all that, depth that Yu-Gi-Oh has behind it. However, I keep noticing more and more and more and more that there is talk about Monarchs since priority was gone. And I wanted to share my deck list. It's pretty stock, it hasn't changed. I think this is what I'm running in real life, outside of a few extra cards that I don't have that aren't available yet, like the Yugioh Phoenix. Anyway, a lot of the decks right now are like Tour Guide and Xyz, Dino Rabbit, and Zekdors. Decks like that. So whenever we have so many decks like that, I think the first thing that we have to call into the deck that can use it are effect dealers, because it gives you different plays. For one, this gives you a formula play if you need to summon it. Battle Fader, BAM formula. It's not the best, but it can work. You also have plays where you can use things like a Monarch for Black Rose Dragons, so you get this out, it somehow lives. Maybe you have Gotchi on the field, summon this, blow up the field with Black Rose Dragon, and then proceed to summon a Blackluster Soldier who has 3200. And that could be a game-finishing move. Likewise, this is one of the decks, because it doesn't run traps, can really benefit off of Pot of Avarice because it's so monster heavy. And it can really keep recycling itself. I know I have it at 42 cards. I'm trying to cut it down, but it's difficult because I like running everything in the deck as it is. A few other notes. Poison Draw Frog. Most of you are probably going to be like, where's Poison Draw Frog at? I don't like it personally because it requires too much setup to be able to draw one card. If you guys are looking for a draw engine, even though it's expensive for Monarchs, oh really? Okay, Card D is what I would suggest. For some reason it's fighting me. Whatever. Okay, I guess Dolan Network has a hiccup, or I'm putting something in wrong, but that's besides the point. That's what I would suggest as a draw engine for this deck, for a few reasons. The first reason is it's level 2. Alright, so we'll eBay it. Oh, this silly thing. Sorry about that. Okay, so I wish it was water, I really do, but if you guys are looking and you don't know the price, there's one for 85 bucks. But it's level 2, it is a machine, it has 800. I wish it was water to fix, the deck consistency. But it's good because the reason Card D can work is because you summon it, you tribute it off, you draw 2 cards, and you end your turn, alright? And then proceed to use something like Battle Fader, Tragodia, Gores, cards like that, in which case you can defend yourself and then bring a Monarch out next time and still get the +1 off of your Card D. What I would take out, I don't know, probably the 2 Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Dragons, and I'd probably add in 2 Card Ds, because I don't think you want too many of them in the deck, but you want enough to try and see 1 or 2 in your starting hand and get it when you need and keep it away whenever you don't need it. So, the other card that people should be looking at right now, I don't get why it's not letting me search anything, but it isn't for some reason. Apologies, I have no idea why. I don't know if it's been changed or not, but If it has been, I haven't been on Dolan Network in a few months, so sincere apologies. I could be also misspelling. It could be Shining Elf, which it probably is. But what I would suggest that is like, look, yeah, okay, it's Shining Elf. He's pretty good for the deck. I mean, it helps against things that special summon, so you can make them lose 500 attack. For example, if they do a dual summon on, I don't know, something like, you know, the 1900 beaters from the deck for Dino Rabbit, I think you can still use this effect. I'm not sure if it would miss the timing or not. I haven't really been in that specific, you know, game state yet. The other thing to consider too is that even if they summon out Logia, you can still end up dropping it down to 1900 attack. So even if you take 300, you can then probably proceed to summon Tragodia and get over their monster. So it's a little bit of tech. Do I like it personally? No, because this is the MVP of the deck, especially Raza or itself to swing for 1500. Because Monarchs can, in a turn, eliminate an opposing card, alright, and then come back from the graveyard. So you can overlay right into Phoenix, have their card eliminated, and then swing with 2400 and then 3000 respectively. So he's going to make Monarchs a little bit more offensive, and this deck is pretty good to run. I mean, it's not bad. It's not going to fail you, I would say, unless you get into a sticky situation. It's a pretty important deck to consider, and people are going to be trying it, mostly because of the elimination effects of the Monarchs and Ignition priority being gone. Those are some big things. Monarchs are one of the few monster types that still retain their priority to activate their effects upon tribute summon, and so on and so forth. And like I said, there's Black Rose Place, there's Focus Force, which is out now if you want to put that in the extra deck to give it a shot, just in case you need the extra 100 attack power for whatever reason, and maybe there's something nasty that you want to negate on your opponent's side of the field. Anyway, that's really all I have to say about the Monarch segment. I figured I'd bring you guys some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and Battle Pack Epic Dawn is coming out, you know, later this month, so I think that might bring me back into the game if I can purchase them and get Yu-Gi-Oh decks going with some of the supplies in there. Alright, peace YouTube.